Welcome, everybody. Everyone who is watching since Slam rated ACCM. We are casting Rang. Oh my god, I almost did it. I almost said it again. We're casting OnlyBans. I'm still in like a mode from 2 months ago. I hate that I keep doing that. We're casting OnlyBans. And Gorilla Homie 12 just turned my lights off. Appreciate it. I am Grathrang. This is OnlyBans. Capture Age has not started, even though I clicked cast with Capture Age. There we go. And this is the qualifiers. Since this is a rec and you guys just came in, why don't I introduce you guys to the tournament?
OnlyBans is Age of Empires 2 latest and greatest 1v1 tournament hosted by Grathrang and Ellie4K. 32 of the very best Age of Empires 2 players will face off in a unique format for the very first time, including Velez, Jordan, Mr. Yo, Doubt, Tato, ACCM, Back, Song Song, Dogal, Vivi, Casva, Miguel, Vinchester, Dragonstar, Classic Pro, and more. Contestants will not be allowed to pick civilizations or maps in drafts. Instead, they will only be allowed to ban them. There will be 3 civilization bans for a best of 3, 5 civ bans for a best of 5, and 7 for a best of 7. Players are also given the opportunity to swap either their own or their opponent's civs immediately before each game using the Insta-Ban. Each player receives 1 Insta-Ban in a best of 3 or best of 5, and 2 Insta-Bans in a best of 7. Maps were selected by organizers to evoke as many different types of playstyle as possible. Players will only be allowed to ban 3 of the 13 maps available. So when someone asks you for a link to the Civ draft, tell them that's not how this tournament works. This is OnlyBans.
So we are currently in the qualification stages of OnlyBans. I'm going to quickly change one of my players to red here. In teal in the Northwest, we're going to have Shixo playing as the Turks. I'll introduce our players real quick before I explain a bit more about the tournament. So the Northwest in teal, Shixo will be playing as the Turks, and Ween Dinchester will be playing in red in the Southeast as the Burgundians. So because this is the qualifiers, we don't go through the full civ banning process. We just have the players do a best of 1 random on Arabia. We had like 90 people sign up for the tournament when we were expecting like maybe half that. So so we had to accelerate the qualifiers quite a bit. Now when we get to the way the qualifiers are going to work is we started with a round of 64. We'll go all the way down to the round of 4. So the final 4 players that we have left are going to play the 29th to 32 seeds as play-ins for the main event. The main event will start in about a week. And so we are currently the round of 32. Winner of this will move on to the round of 16. The 29th seed is Survivalist, 30th is Ubetnir, 31st is Nilly, and 32nd is Ozone. So those 4 players are in play-in matches against the top 4 qualified players from the qualifiers. Ellie is taking care of 90% of the admin work of this tournament and hasn't even had time to do a stream. So guys, make sure you go follow Ellie4K and support her as well, because she is putting in arguably as much, if not more, effort to the tournament as I am. I'm doing my best to keep up on admin stuff whenever she's too busy, because she's also on a job hunt. Which I am now too. That's just great. And yeah, I'm going to cast the game now. We got two 1700 level players, Shixo and Ween Dinchester, who are both obviously undefeated so far in the tournament. So Turks versus Burgundians. They're both around 1750 elo. So really high level play. And they would both, if they qualify for the finals, be within like 400 elo of Survivalists. Some other 2Ks that we have still in the tournament are, I believe, Uzi, Siskin, Arg, Lord Nvidiot's, TRM, Toady, Nahuel, Wisenatic, Spring, Adam, Aladashek are the other high-level players that are either 2K now or have been 2K. So we got a bunch of high elo games lined up. What job are you looking at? I was looking at some janitors. Home Depot. What are your thoughts on the civs, Grath?
Guys, have you seen the rat gang? I don't remember. Is it gang rat or rat gang? I always mix that name. The streamer, gang rat gang.
It's actually Doug.
Hang rat.
That's my real
rat
name.
Wang.
My actual name is Doug. It's gonna be Doug the janitor soon. Both players are starting to get walled up. We've got gold in the front, but it's already been partially walled in here by Shix, who's got the berries. The barracks out in front of it. Berries are also front, so a lot of resources on the front. Mainstone in the back. Shixo's gonna run all the way back here for wood from this terrible oasis. Ween has similarly sort of front-placed gold, and we've got some walls going up around that as well. The rear-placed berries are nice. We should be able to funnel this off fairly easily if necessary. Doug the janitor. Then I actually have to go to a school to do that. I'm not even educated enough to do that. I was looking at copywriting, doing some copywriting and transcribing, and yeah. I can type fast. I have really good APM for some reason. It's almost like I play a whole ton of RTS. I don't know, guys. I don't want to talk about that. That's just making me all sad and stressed out. I want to talk about AoE. We've got Shixo long distancing some deer, getting irritated with the scout that's hanging around from Ween Dinchester. Shixo's dropped a stable. We have 2 ranges down from the Burgundian. What? What? What an amazing tournament concept. Dude, Sharp, thank you very much. I feel like we had Sharp. Here's what you should think about. Is we had all of those pro players sign up before we announced there was a prize pool. I'm serious. You know what the prize pool was when all those pro players signed up? $0. So first of all, props to all of those guys that pretty much all of them did. I think maybe a few of them signed up and we had like $500, but it was obviously not the motivation. Props to all those guys for signing up for basically they were motivated by the concept of the tournament. They're looking for good AoE, which is what we're trying to do. So they looked at the concept of the tournament and they were just like, oh, this is ridiculously a good idea, which is what I think. I would want to play with these settings pretty much on the ladder all the time. And yeah, I just feel like this is, you already get to ban maps on the ladder, and this is like getting close to what's peak of that. I even like the way we have the qualifier set up, which is both players forced to go random civilization on Arabia in a 1v1. That feels like a really good qualifier for this tournament. I feel like that's staying true to what we want as well, because we are going to get weird matchups like Turks versus Burgundians.
Emrin, vos orders?
Draft and bans are always the same. We always see the same civs picks. That's exactly it. And then that's like, and if you if you think about what every decent tournament that isn't just like King of the Desert or like the staples, basically anything that isn't a staple, they all try to have some weird civ drafting rule or map drafting rule, or weird maps to try and force unique civs to get picked so we don't always see the same thing. And I'm just like, why even let them pick? Don't let them pick. Players go random civ a lot of time when they're on the ladder anyways, like, and they say that's more enjoyable and more fun because of all the weird combinations that you get. So I like way more the idea of, like, if you know your opponent is an arena player, ban all the arena and arena-like maps, ban all the arena-type civs, like ban Teutons, Byzantines, and then you don't have to worry about the arena clown doing arena clown things. This wood line's open. Shikso might find a couple of vills here. Shikso does have a 3-villager lead at the moment. And that's largely because Ween Dinchester has almost 2 villagers of idle time. The scouts are going to get in on these vills. There's another spear to defend this batch of scouts. Definitely getting some worker efficiency off of Ween Dinchester, but even so, we still have better worker. I wonder what's going on here. Oh, it's the vills just finishing the berries. This is what's done it. Possibly idling for a little bit there. Hey, chat, can you help me out? What's the tourney setup? Can only ban civs and maps and force to go random. That's correct, Tendo Watt. Actually, if you want Tendo Watt, you now it might crash the website. All right, so don't start doing fake drafts with your buddies, but you can go and take a look at it. Okay, just look at it, guys. You can go onlybans.app. And maybe it'll be nice for the site to get a bit of a stress test just from people visiting. You can visit onlybans.app and you can see the map and civ drafting website that we have set up that's dedicated. We have a tab completion collision. I don't know what that means, but I do know these archers that were trying to break into Shikso's base have been wiped up by the skirms. I'm not sure that Ween Dinchester realized that they were dying that entire time. There was no reason to continue leaving them there as the skirms just ate them up. It could also be that we have these scouts still running around the back of Ween Dinchester's base, forcing some bad decisions. Ween's got 8 less vills than Shikso at this point. Keep in mind, this is single elimination, so we've got this one game, and we've got Shikso going up to Castle Age on 8 more villagers. The Eco KD is only 2. The Idle TC is only really about 4 villagers. We do have Wheelbarrow in for Ween Dinchester, so that's going to explain a little bit of that. That's like 4 villagers, basically, of idle time. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. So this is more like a 2 to 3 villager lead. I don't know what this means in German. Ich spiele. Hey, Google, translate from German to English. Ich spiele so kack. Let's see what she says. I play like cat. No, I play like shit. Kaka is shit. Kaka is shit. You don't have to be nice with me, Combues. I know poop in any language, okay? It's more like crap. Because there's a word for shit in German, right? Probably like 9 words for shit in German. I feel like that's a really good German word. Stop upsetting my Google in the middle of the night like that. I just made so many people's Googles translate a bunch of German swear words. It's great. That's actually, I kind of love doing that, Meerkat Man 222, but I like thinking about that. Should have your Google on Do Not Disturb if it's late in the night. There is a mode for that. Oh God, archers. No, those are skirms on the Burgundian players' woodline here in the south. So we've got scouts and skirms running around Ween Dinchester's base from Shikso. Some nice quick walls there to funnel in the scouts towards the town center. Oh, we're going to have a wall go down here. That's open. Is that not open? Oh, it's not open because that's right. I'm like waiting for like, ah, man, that's like brain breaking. I can see why Teal got trapped by that, even though it's really obviously not open. It's still just like, wait, what?
Defend him.
Red got in, but the Knights are going to clean it up from Shixo. There's a lot going on here. Both players are inside each other's bases. We got a town center going down from Shixo. Now that he's cleaned up the forward army, can definitely justify adding some economy back at home. Plus, we know we've done damage with our scouts and skirms in Ween Dinchester's base. Ween has not added a TC. We have 2 archers, and we're just about to hit Castle Age. So what do you do as the Burgundian here? Well, we've got 2 stables as well, so I would predict we're going to start seeing some Cavalier come out. 5 knights out right now from Shixo. They're on their way to Ween Dinchester's base.
Bonjour.
Ween's going to have to go, yeah, 3 stable knights, I think, is the right call. The problem is, are we going to be able to keep our farmers working during these raids? Oh, that needs to go down. Oof. And we need a house here. Ah, well, I would say a house. Honestly, I'd say house. We can afford it anyways. If we can get to 4 Cavalier. Oh, no. See, this is why we needed the house. And the Knights are in on Shixo's woodline. There's the house now. There was no reason for that, though. The house goes up earlier. Those never get in. Maybe we're trying to buy time using the villager deaths. I'm not sure. We're buying food to get our stables to run. This is part of the issue. Remember what I said? The Knights were going to come in and force the idle time on the farms. And Shixo behind this, adding a 3rd town center. It wasn't my woodline. This is Ween Dinchester's woodline. I don't know what I said, but we're in Ween Dinchester's base looking at red. This is my first game of the day. I'm still getting warmed up, Shixo. When Cavalier comes in, they beat Camel. Do Cavalier beat Camel? I don't think they. I think they might beat them one-on-one, but they're not. They're much more expensive. Yeah, Strode says they're not cost effective, so I believe Strode because he pretends to be 6K, so he probably knows that if he's answering confidently. Grathy, can you cast or host any community games anytime in the future? I've had bad experiences with community games in the past, but I will consider it again. People see this as the meme channel, so they take memeing kind of seriously in games. And often to the detriment of everybody. We have camels being added in by the Turk. So the problem with the Turks is they don't get Cavalier. I think we'd be better off with CA, but maybe we want to wait until we're on our way up to Imp to try and make that sort of transition. Because what do you do against cavalry archers as the Burgundians? You go Paladin, but then you don't have very much HP, right? They do get Cavalier. Wait, am I wrong about the Turks? Maybe I'm getting them confused with the Saracens. I'm getting them confused with the Saracens. Thank you, Laurie. Ooh, not only do we have Cavalier now, but we're taking that fight mostly on the hill. It's a really good fight for Ween here. Numbers look like they're in favor of Shixo. HP's way in favor. Yeah, that snowballed quick, actually. It looked okay. Enough of that fight wasn't on the hill, though. I think this mining camp might actually have hurt Ween Dinchester in not being able to take that fight more on the hill. There's the CA being added by Shixo, picking off these villagers on this forward lumber camp from Ween Dinchester. That's another vill down. We're 25 vills up. Ween Dinchester's calling GG and saying more things in German that I don't understand and won't yell into my Google Translate to avoid setting off chat's Googles.
Bonjour.
But well played by both players. And this snowballed quick. That fight was the last straw. And we are full snowball now. I feel like often we're seeing players lose games because they're being thrown off by being given their civ when they're going in. Because when you go random, you don't know until the thing pops up what civ you're going to be. The one advantage players are going to have going into the main event of the tournament is they're going to be able to see what civilization they have from the map draft, like and civ drafting app. They'll be able to look at it and be like, oh, this is that. I'm going to have this, and then even have time to take a peek at the tech tree and mentally prepare. When you go in like this during the qualifiers, just like, what civ am I? Oh, I'm this, he's this. And you're like, you have like seconds to decide while you're throwing down houses and figuring out where all your res are. You're thinking about what civ you are. It's really, really tough. So I kind of like the way we have the qualifiers set up for that reason. And Shixo is going to move on. Wayne Dinchester, GG, well played, dude. Thank you very much for your time and efforts in the tourney. And thanks to both players. APM average drop, but it might have been a bit closer if we hadn't had that happen. Guys, stick around. We got lots more OnlyBans coming up. You're going to have Day Renfu versus Wisenatic, two 1700 players as well. You guys, just give me a moment. Oh God, I broke my, oh wait. Then we're going to do this. Make a space there, make it look all fancy, and we're going to throw on the AoE 2 soundtrack in the background. Everybody watching on YouTube, you will not have the AoE 2 soundtrack in the background. Deal with it. Let's see here. Dayonatic and Dayrenfu and Wisematic. Let me just get their elos real quick for you guys. Ooh, Wisenatic's up 1900. Dayorenfu is a 1673. So we're looking for a oops. We're looking for an upset in this next fight. And we are ready to go. Round of 32 here at OnlyBans Qualifiers. Dayorenfu in blue in the south will be playing, or pardon me, Dayorenfu in blue in the north will be playing as the Magyars. Dayorenfu's going to have rear gold and rear berries, or side berries. My brain. Game two. Game two. This is going to be fairly easily closable, I think, for a base. Not only do we have 4 wood lines, but this is a really easy funnel with both of our, I mean, this is sort of back, honestly. And this isn't looking too terrible either. This is a little exposed over on this hill, but I think we can close that up in a way that won't be terrible for red. Also situated in a corner. Yeah, that's actually a pretty easy wall if we scout that. Looking at the field between the players, we've got like one hill that looks like it could be important with a relic on it. And Dayorenfu has like forward stone and a side gold, so that could be a little bit ugly. Same thing goes for Wisenatic though. But Wisenatic has like a woodline that's kind of shielding the stone, and this is just exposed. We have got, we're going to see in a second where our players are going to be. We've got 2 on wood so far for Wisenatic. Wisnatic, the Sicilian player, of course, the Sicilians get those sergeants. They have that unique building, the donjon, rather than towers that costs extra stone but is stronger. It actually ends up being weak relative to villagers because they can surround it much easier and take it down very quickly. Deirenfu in the north, meanwhile, the Magyars, they got that free forging bonus, which makes their scouts super, super strong in early feudal age. You get 1 or 2 scouts in your opponent's base in early feudal age as the Magyars, and you can do so much damage if they haven't walled up. So we're going to be looking to see if Wisnatic small walls or gets walls down quickly here in Dark Age. We have Deirenfu pushing in Deer. Now, Deirenfu has a significantly lower elo. I'm sorry to say 300 elo is a pretty significant deficit to be in any tournament. So we're going to see if they can make something happen. Doesn't mean they can't steal a game once in a while, and if you can steal a game and it happens to be in a tournament, well, then you're laughing, right? You have to at least force your opponent to play well. If your opponent is that much better than you, play in a way that makes them demonstrate it. And don't just lose by not making them demonstrate that they're better than you beyond just having a good day or bad day. Not impossible to overcome. Exactly, Strode. What I like to say is that a mistake that you make as a low elo player is just as easy for a high elo player to make. They're just better at not making them. But it doesn't make it any... Like, it's still just as easy to make that mistake. Think about an ice skater, you know? They're still skating on a slippery surface. They're still going to fall over every once in a while because they lose their balance. It's ice. Guess what? I would compare the Dark Age of Empires 2 to ice. You're gonna slip sometimes. You're gonna have weird things happen. You're gonna forget to do things. You're gonna misclick things. You're gonna shoot your boar with your TC. Aside from that, even feudal age isn't much better. You're gonna forget to wall something. There's gonna be a hole in a place there really, really, really can't be. You'll never get me on the ice again. Why not, Lori? Best of 1, you have a good chance versus better enemies. That's correct. They have less of a chance to bring their skills to bear on you because there's less time for them to do that. There's more pressure on them. Is this going to YouTube? Yes. All of OnlyBans is going directly to YouTube, Big Dog, at the end of each day. The first 2 days are already online. I skipped a day yesterday, guys. I couldn't sleep. I only slept because my theory is that part of the reason I'm struggling to sleep is I haven't been able to exercise because I hurt my back. So it's like a chain reaction of can't sleep because no exercise, because body isn't tired because no exercise. So end up staying up for 2 days. Then pass out from exhaustion. Anyways, I'm going to exercise today at some point. I have no idea how my day today is going to work because I'm doing this, and I also have a playoff game with one of the hockey teams that I work for in the evening. It's like 6 a.m. here, so that takes place in about like 13 hours. I don't know if and or when I am going to sleep and how long I am going to cast. None of these things are determined, but I'm going to be here for at least like a few hours. From here, like 2 to 3 hours at least right now.
Again?
The Sicilian player has their scout in the base. I'm like wondering where the Magyar player's scout is because, yeah, we're actually going to get a hill shot. So Magyars with free forging means this scout, this is the starting scout too, can do so much damage. You can kill 2 villagers with 1 starting scout. It looks like Wisnatic's paying attention. However, loses their own scout in order to avoid losing 2 villagers to the Magyar scout. No. Go back over here. Ah, Wisnatic pulled the Weakville back. Oh, we're diving the TC. That's not great. And we're going to lose one of those scouts. That's very, very, very unfortunate here for the Magyar player. Imagine having that 3rd HP scout alive here. Would make such a difference, could even snowball this, as Wisnatic still isn't open, going to be opting to go with quick walls on the res. rather than preemptive small walls, or maybe even getting more spears out. No, not even getting more spears out. We're going to deal with our one spear. Nice walls here from Deirenfu. We'll just keep an eye on some of these weak villagers. There's the weak ones down here on a straggler. That's not ideal. Usually I try to take my weak ones and I'll stick them on a farm so I know where they're going to be. They're not going to be moving around too much. This guy could finish these straggler trees off and then go off on a stroll. And next thing you know, you got a weak village chilling on a wood line. Even like this, like it's much easier to dive because once this tree runs out, it's going to move somewhere weird. But keep an eye on that guy. And hopefully Will Smith doesn't... Why would you do that, Will? He's weak enough. That spear goes down without doing very much damage from Wisnatic. I think Wisnatic's gonna... Yeah, Wisnatic's already got another one in the queue. Trapped villager that should die wherever it is in there. We're going to get a Vill. And we will pull back. I'm going to have to get my compression gloves on here in a second. Best of? No, it's a one game playdown. Hammer time. They are on Arabia. And it's random civ. It's a best of one in the qualifiers until I think we might do best of threes in the round of 8. So I think I have to double check with Ellie. Or it might be posted in the OnlyBans Discord. Hammer, I'm surprised you didn't sign up. Or did you and I missed it? You're just mad you can't pick Khmer every time. Has anyone done a one Civ Cup? I feel like that has potential as well. You're allowed to pick once. Only bans, only pick one. Pick one. A pick one cup. You pick one Civ. And that's it. That's your Civ. Everyone picks Byzantines. They counter everybody. Except for Huang. Huang wins the whole tournament. Quick wall from Wisnatic on this lumber camp in the south. I think Wisnatic knew and was trying to suck Deirenfu's scouts in there. Is what actually happened.
Again.
The spears are... Don't forget, the spears are melee units, so they get the free forging as well. We can see that paying off. I feel like Wisnatic may have actually forgot that or just didn't care. Managed to pick off the scouts from the Magyar player, I think, was the main concern of Wisnatic. So, all things considered, both players at 35 villagers. We've got a minute and 15 idle time from the blue player, which makes up for the villager that they sniped. Red is actually slightly ahead in eco at the end of the day. And also has 2 scouts. Blue's queuing 3 more scouts. Blue's 2 stable scouts. What? Is blue gonna all in red? Red's still open. That might be the choice here. Do you go 3 stable scouts and throw caution to the wind? Throw a 3rd stable down. Throw a 3rd stable down. Nah. Alright, I think we may have unqueued a couple of the scouts there. to try and get up. Definitely a late feudal here. If you had one civ or one tech tree to win a whole tournament, would you pick Goths for the saucy memes? Oh gosh. No one's picks are revealed until the tournament begins. I have no idea what civ everyone's gonna pick. That'd be kind of cool. The hidden draft. The one. Then you only have one civ draft. And then you make them play on 7 different maps, of course. Or like Arabia for first and last games. Everyone picks Chinese. I don't know. We got OnlyBans. That's good enough, guys. These Magyar scouts, by the way, they stay irritating all the way until Imp. I'm serious, too. When you hit Castle Age, they actually get even more irritating if you manage to keep them alive. All the way from Feudal Age. You just run them in and run them out like this and pick off a villain, pick off a villain, pick off a villain. I've had so many opponents do this to me. It's so frustrating. Like because the only thing that runs fast enough to pick them off is going to be your own scouts. So it makes you make your own scouts. Look at all the idols that Wisnatic is causing. Meanwhile, Renfu on the run with these scouts again. Thank you, Wirevault. Tournament's been really fun so far. And we've not even gotten to the part that makes it OnlyBans. It's pretty much just been a bunch of weird civs fighting each other. Although Sicilians, Magyars are both decent picks on Arabia, right? Forward Town Center going down here from Wisnatic. That's a sick TC. It's going to protect this stone, especially with these houses on these 2 wood lines closing this up. If we could get this closed up, it'd be so nice. That being said, that is a lot of light cav that are about to come into Wisnatic's space. Remember, they run faster than everything Wisnatic's made as long as they have husbandry. They could pick off a bunch of vills here. If they get even like 4 or 5 villagers here, it'd be huge. I don't even think I've seen one villager die from all that though. That wasn't great. There are definitely some weak ones in there now, but I don't think that went as well as Renfu might have hoped. Wisnatic has so much res in the bank. We've got 800 food that we're floating. Do we have our second building? No, this will be the first building for Wisnatic, is this monastery. This is looking like a fast imp almost. We're going to be imp in under 30 minutes. I think that was worth it for Renfu if you look at the vill counts. Renfu's has got 5 vills so far, but now Wisnatic has 3 TCs. He's going to catch up and pass in vills soon enough. Wisnatic, I don't think... What is the plan here? Are we making vills? We are making vills. Yeah, we're not going to be going fast imp. I'm not sure what Wisnatic's up to. I think Renfu needs to turn the heat up here. If you're 2 TC and your opponent's 3 TC, you got to make sure that all that's going into army, and you make up that difference by pressuring. Problem is, militarily, we actually are at a deficit right now versus Wisnatic, even though we have the same number of vills and the same number of TCs. We can pick off some vills on the wood line. It'd be pretty nice. Why is Natic playing against a Chinese Smurf? Well, Dark Phoenix, that's because this is the qualifiers for a tournament, and they came up against each other through the bracket, which was open elo. So it's not a Chinese Smurf. It's who they're playing in the bracket against each other. They just came against. That's who the next person in the bracket was to play. So it's not a Smurf. The tournament is OnlyBans Dark Phoenix. If you guys check out my YouTube, there's a link below the stream.
It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more. Where the fuck are your parents? Who are your parents? I'm gonna call child protective services. It's time to stop.
It's looking not great. I don't think Daerenfu's pressure is paying off here. Natic's extended the Vil lead. We do finally have a military lead. I mean, 3 stable knights versus 1, right? Where's the second stable? Oh, it's down there. Just a regular 16xx destroying the almost 2K player. I don't know about that. He's playing well. I mean, even if they are a Smurf, it's open elo. It could if it's the Viper, it doesn't matter. Everyone was allowed to enter this. Oh, the opponent's the Viper. Well, then great. I hope it is the Viper. I think you're making like a compliment, right? I thought you were saying that the higher elo player was the Smurf. My apologies. Natic doesn't need upgrades on the knights because the opponent can't push. This castle is pretty good. It's going to deny some farms and maybe let blue break in. I think it was a joke, Dr. Markov. I think I just misunderstood the tone. I mean, this is doing damage, but the town center's still working. We're still taking this stone. Is that open? Where's rotate? We need rotate. That looks like it's open. I guess it isn't. I guess there's a tree there. Enough high elo people signed up that a 1961 needed to qualify. Yeah. The list of people signed up is ridiculous, Hammer Time. Velez, Jordan, Classic Pro, Nogal, Miguel, Vinchester, Mr. Yo, Dragonstar, Tato, Fire, Backed, Song, ACCM, Vivi, Doubt, Kazva. Congratulations! This is the foremost 1v1 event for the next 3 weeks. Thanks to all the pros for signing up. Yeah, there are 2K1s in the qualifiers. TRM and Lord Invidiate are both 2K1s, and ARG. Survivalist is Survivalist, Ubetnir, Nili Ozone are in the play-ins. Okay, this is looking good all of a sudden for Daerenfu. Whoa. The knights are pouring in. Natic is up to imp and needs to not take fights. We have a ton of No, go south. If Daerenfu goes south, the game is over. Wow. This might be GG right here. Holy moly. Let's look at the fog of war. Hold on. Fog of war. Where are the Vils? Find the villagers. They're hiding. Wow. Wise Natic pulling an insane maneuver with the villagers and saving the game with that. That's ridiculous. I can't even believe we just saw that. Blue is still doing a ton of damage with these knights. MTC's back here, and it is going to hit. That was absolutely ridiculous as the Vils split. First, the fact that he thought to split the Vils. And let's split the Vils up, so we're going to lose maybe half. But then Blue splits the Knights, and yet we still take just like the ideal pats. Like he just reads Blue's mind where he's going to send the Knights. Ridiculous. I think Blue can see this tree, the trees being chopped over there, and that's why the Knights are going this way. Or maybe he's just going for the other TC. Yeah, he can see the trees being chopped. We need another patch of Knights to head over this way. Blue is playing awesome. Red is doing everything that they need to save this game, though. Do we have Cavalier coming in yet? We still don't have Cavalier coming in. That's a bit of a mistake. We need Cavalier. There's still so many Blue Knights running around. Blue needs to get their army together and stop fighting under the castle. We depopulate the town center into the castle. Blue needs Trebs too. It's taking way too long for Blue to get Trebs out. Oh no, wait, Blue's not imp yet. I saw Blue click up. I thought they would have hit imp. I think maybe they had something cute, maybe the game just feels like it's taking forever right now. You know? All of a sudden the game went from like nothing happening to everything happening. Did he died? Red's at 81 villagers and has 20 knights. That could be Cavalier if he pushes the Cavalier button. We need Cavalier so badly. He has no food for Cavalier. He needs to get his farmers back to work really badly too. We've got 900 food in the bank, so we need to drop like a ton of farms back here. Figure out a way to get another castle down. We're going to try and re-wall our base. Also, Trebs out from Y. Yeah, there we go. This is all exposed and going to die. That's 10 Vils that are going to go down. That's going to hurt. I don't see Wise Natick saving these guys. Well played by Dayorenfu to find more damage, picking up on those villagers, chopping up that wood line. Blue is playing very well. Overchop next to the castle. Vils are going to be forced back. And we got just a solid play here from Red to block the Knights in. Let them tank some of these arrow fire shots. Blue, where's that Treb at? 20 seconds till Blue's imp needs the trebuchets out so badly. Army lead is this is gonna be hard in favor of Blue in a second, guys. It is a best of one. Yeah, this is gonna swing in favor of Blue. He's gonna pick up Cavalier and +4 instantly. Red still has neither. Red is, I think, gonna try and switch into Halb. That's not the worst call. You gotta go Halb here. The full Halb switch from Red could save the game. Blue's going to hit the barracks down in the south. I think picking up on the opponent hitting imp is like, oh, let's attack the barracks and stop Halb from coming in. That's a 200 IQ play from Blue. As Cavalier is going to hit in 45 seconds. And this game's going to turn upside down for Red. Blue might lose this forward castle, but it's not going to matter because Blue's in the south. Blue is playing like crazy. Dayorenfu is just on fire. Maybe looking for more hidden sneaky Vils. But with Cavalier about to hit, it doesn't even matter. Cavalier in 3. And there they are. And Dayorenfu wins this fight with half the army not even there. This looks so bad for Wise Natick. Trebuchet out on the front now from Dayorenfu, who is going to win this fight and is going to win the game. That's going to be GG, guys. What can Red do here? Red calls the GG, and we have an insane upset here in the round of 32 at OnlyBans as Dayorenfu pulls off something magic against the Sicilian.
He's already dead.
Wow. What a game. Hi, YouTube. What an upset. 300 elo. And Wise Natic is just done. Arguably the best game we've had in Ring of Fire so far. That was awesome. Wow. I'm stunned. I'm also taking a peek at some admin stuff. Look at this. That was ridiculous. Could blue be on the way up? That's insane. Could blue be like the next 2K? Dude, Wise Natic, no shame. This player played like a 2K, quite frankly. This game. Absolutely earned. We had some questions come in. I think Hammer Time's still here and probably hasn't seen this. And I'm just going to let everybody who's coming in and wondering what's going on. We're in the qualifiers section of OnlyBans.
OnlyBans is Age of Empires 2 latest and greatest 1v1 tournament hosted by Grathrang and LE4K. 32 of the very best Age of Empires 2 players will face off in a unique format for the very first time, including Velez, Jordan, Mr. Yo, Doubt, Tato, ACCM, Back, Song Song, Dogal, Vivi, Kazva, Miguel, Vinchester, Dragonstar, Classic Pro, and more. Contestants will not be allowed to pick civilizations or maps in drafts. Instead, they will only be allowed to ban them. There will be 3 civilization bans for a best of 3, 5 civ bans for a best of 5, and 7 for a best of 7. Players are also given the opportunity to swap either their own or their opponent's civs immediately before each game using the Insta-Ban. Each player receives 1 Insta-Ban in a best of 3 or best of 5, and 2 Insta-Bans in a best of 7. Maps were selected by organizers to evoke as many different types of playstyle as possible. Players will only be allowed to ban 3 of the 13 maps available. So when someone asks you for a link to the Civ draft, tell them that's not how this tournament works. This is OnlyBans.
This is OnlyBans. Look at me, I'm OnlyBans. That's what it sounds like. God. The guy's a really irritating voice.
Bruh.
Guys, up next, we're going to be doing Siskin versus Megaworks. We're going to start that right now as soon as my overlay breaks. Thanks, overlay. How's volume levels, guys? Guys, I'm actually really pumped that by the time we get to the grand finals of this tournament, that there's going to be a lot of momentum with people seeing like, what is this OnlyBans with all these high level players? Like, what is this? Why does it keep there? And then watching, and then just seeing like, I'm just picturing like we're getting 800, 900 people happening, and then it's just like explosion. Did you know that pro players eat 5 pounds of spinach for breakfast every day? And how many other things could be happening at the same time on screen? And this is going to be everybody that's watching.
Look at all this damage, and we're gonna repair it using FlexShot.
What the heck?
Anyway, Siskin in the southeast is going to be the Bulgarians in blue. Maggie Wirtz in yellow in the northwest going to be playing as the Malians. We've got gold berries in the back, 2 tasty wood lines, even one with an oasis that's still kind of nice. It's kind of a 4 wood line Arabia, although although they are a little bit spaced out with the wood lines. It's still, I think with the stone it helps quite a bit. Blue's got 4 wood lines as well, but their oasis is not nearly as nice. And forward berries and gold. Update Elos. Thank you for reminding me, Rupali. Moderators, I'm going to throw a link to the list of players in the tournament in the mod room. If mods want to keep that updated for me whenever I forget, it'd be great. But I will fix it myself for this game. We got Maggie Wirtz on the left, who's a 1569 air horn. And on the right, we've got Siskin, who is a 2K. Oh, God. Is Microsoft not involved in sponsoring this? No. Microsoft was not interested. Lopsided matchup. Oof. You know what? Origin of Chaos. Did you see the last game where the player that had 300 less elo won? Nah. We'll see if Maggie can pull off something special. I'm actually going to have to change the bracket. I think I might have predicted the wrong person won. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. That's great. So I've been doing so much admin work that I can't keep track of who won which game, so I'm legitimately unspoiled for every game. I have no idea who wins this. I could if I look in the OnlyBans Discord, but I just won't. Is this based in a pit? They're both kind of in craters. Yet they gave ECGTV to do 125,000 to a tournament with 3K viewers. Yeah, imagine if they'd given them $120,000 instead, Sharp, and then given 5K to this tournament. Oh, well. If only I'd asked 2 months ago. Oh, shit. Ah. Damn it. It's fine, man. They could do with their money what they want. All right? We got this. The community's got this. Let's be happy that Microsoft continues to update the game. How about that? And put money into updating and maintaining the game and its servers. And puts any money into any tournaments. How about that? And be grateful for all of that. It's easy to be bitter. It's hard to be grateful. Let's be grateful. It definitely bothers me though. I'm a human, damn it. Sort of. Villagers poke away at that scout. You haven't activated any Windows license in years. That's illegal. Wait, is it? I don't know. They make it so you can do that. Siskin went for the wall with the gate. It's not working out. Maggie's Drush is doing a fair amount of damage here. Siskin's going to be heading to the opponent's base with their own men-at-arms as Feudal Age hits just as I say that, and Bulgarians get that free men-at-arms upgrade. They are a little bit out of position. They probably should be like 40 or 60 tiles further closer to that wood than they are. But overall, Maggie's got to be happy that we've done a little bit of damage with the Drush. We've picked up on the Man-at-Arms coming, and we've small walled in our wood line here. Barry's still exposed, though. Plus, guys, plus maybe if OnlyBans 1 is really, really successful, there can be an OnlyBans 2, right? Thank you for turning the lights out, Monster Muppets. And then maybe Microsoft will be like, hey, you know what? OnlyBans 1 had a lot of interest and was good. So let's just make this the best tournament ever and justify its existence, right? Right? Get the tournament pool to S tier. Show Microsoft that you guys want this. Or wait until the 2Ks start playing and then decide. Oh, God! Your town center, it exploded! Oh, that's fine. Having too much fun? You're allowed to have fun. That is the point. You know, I like the lights out thing. I really don't want to get rid of it, even though it probably isn't great for the environment or my lights. Or my electricity bill. They won't sponsor given the name of the tournament. Also that's not great. That's not great. Nobody wants that next to Microsoft. How to donate? Sharp, down below the stream, there's a logo in the About section of the stream. It says OnlyBans. Just click on that and donate to that link. Anybody who donates... Anyone who donates gets their name in the sponsorship credits that I run at the end of every episode. I need to update that. I'm putting that into sticky notes. That will be updated starting today. Update credits with OnlyBans sponsors. Well done by Maggie to minimize the damage done by the Man-at-Arms. That's actually kind of damage done, even though it's... Well, I mean, Bulgarians, they get free Man-at-Arms upgrade, but we still have to make those militia. That being said, Sixkin has a 3-villager lead and has a minute less idle time. I'm wondering if Maggie's going to go forwards with these archers. I also wrote a message after OnlyBans was officially announced, in letting Microsoft and Nilly know that, like, I'm not expecting sponsorship because of the name of the tournament. It's fine. I still think it's hilarious, and I don't think anything else would make sense, and nothing else would be as marketable. When you aren't a big tournament, you have to make it marketable, man. You got to make it catchy and stick in people's brains. Or what else am I supposed to do? This is the tournament called the Banning Cup. People are gonna be like, "What the fuck is the Banning Cup? Is that sponsored by some guy named Edric C. Banning?" Like, oh, it means the bans in the No Civ Ban Cup, or like the No Ban Cup. Or the exactly Origin of Chaos. Thank you. That's my point. I always try to do stuff that I would find interesting and fun to watch. So here we are. Here we are with the skirms on top of the hill. That is not enough skirms versus too many archers. They're just going on a stroll. Okay, but Siskin. Did any of those skirm tosses even hit? We got some archers being irritating at the front of Siskin's base. Well played by Maggie to do something here. To get some value out of this feudal age. I appreciate it, guys. You never know if something's gonna stick or be good or not. Personally, I like stuff that is halfway between serious and goofy. That's where I like to live. So when you be extra serious, people can't tell if you're being serious or not, and you can play things. It's great. You're right in the. It's called comedy. You can get away with a lot and be much funnier than if people are never sure what your intentions are. But all the good comedians. Think about Dave Chappelle. OnlyBans Instaban. Can we come up with some turny elements sounding like Twitter or Facebook? Maybe some Microsoft product to pull them in. That's a really good idea, Extracept. So what would that be? Can we name the intermissions something? The Zune Minute. Archers are going to hit the back of Maggie Wirtz's base as Siskin manages to find a weak spot. It's too bad because if this wall had been up like, 45 seconds faster, this never would have happened. Instead, we're going to lose 5 villagers to this batch of archers. Now, Maggie is going to be coming into Castle Age pretty decently, and we are going to be going into Knights. We are probably even going to clear up these archers. But we are going to clear up the archers, actually. It's really good for Maggie. But the opponent's going to be up to Castle Age shortly behind that, and they're going to have 13 more villagers. More excited about OnlyBans than Rang of Fire. Yeah, Extracept, me too, because it's normal. It's normal AoE with it's normal AoE. It's not insanity that lasts 9 hours. The Cliffy Cup. I could just introduce Clippy as a character on my show until Microsoft agrees to sponsor a tournament. Microsoft, don't make me do it. Don't make me do it, Microsoft. I'll do it. Don't make me do it. You guys want Clippy as a character on Grathrank Studios? I'll make it happen. I'll figure out a way to make it happen. Hi, I'm Clippy. And then just do my best like Mickey Mouse voice impression. Even better. Because Clippy sounds like Mickey Mouse. I almost said Modest Mouse. Knights coming forward from Maggie and a camel. Maybe reading the... Do we actually see the 2 stables? Let's check Maggie's Fog of War here. Did we see the 2 stables? No. We're just taking a stab in the dark that our opponent is going to be going 2 stable knights and or conics, I think. All right, we'll get Clippy set up after this game, maybe. Wait, you're telling me there's gonna be something else on this screen? It's already so goddamn crowded. I really don't want to have to deal with Clippy, for God's sake. Oh, do you want to make a resume? No. No, I'm a river rat. I don't want a resume. I want to announce that the knights are getting in through the palisade and that the opponent has dropped a defensive monastery, okay? Right. Well, the chat says, fuck you, make knights. And the Bulgarian player seems to be complying. God, there's so many knights! Oh, it's a meme. Damn it, Chad. You got me. You got me, Chad. Okay, so there's not that many knights, alright. There's 5. They're right there. And Siskin actually has 7 out now versus the 3 camels and 8 knights from Maggie. There's that eco that's struggling. 8 vills back, but we're getting a town center down. Blue has not added a second town center. I wonder if this is the play for yellow, is to try and just keep our opponent in their base while we add some eco and try and catch up that way. Villager repairing this palisade. We got 2 of them. Knights are going to come over and snipe some of the repair vills. And they're actually not going to get in. That's kind of crazy. Well done by Siskin there. One of our resident 2Ks here at OnlyBans. Big news in Ireland today is that a gang of Irish drug dealers pissed off so many people they actually got themselves sanctioned like they were Mexican cartel lords. Oh my God. I sure have a reaction to that. Town center going down in here in the east. Siskin's being very respectful of the opponent that they're playing. I'm wondering if they knew about the Dayorenfu result going into this game or not, and are reacting, being like, okay, I don't want to be the next 2K 1900 level player that goes down to a 16XX. Maybe Clippy is secretly an Irish drug dealer. For some reason, I have a feeling both the drug dealers and Microsoft would not be happy with that that arrangement. I would be, though. Maggie Wirtz is only 4 vills back from Siskin now, after having added this second DC. However, looking at military numbers, well, we've got 7 knights and 4 camels for Maggie. We've got 16 knights for Siskin. So this is barely defensible. These 4 monks coming forwards for Siskin could flip this game here. Blue is being really aggressive with the knights, with the monks. This is snowballing quick for Siskin. Good fight up in the north for Maggie, but we lost 2 other fights while that was happening. Maggie's still 9 vills back behind this. And this is looking like Siskin's going to take it. Maggie's a streamer, I believe, by the way. If one of my mods wants to give them a shout out. Pretty sure that's their Twitch name as well. Oh, God! The lion runs at 0.7. The skirms run at 0.96, but they're pathing bad. Oh, God. Go get him, little skirmies. Oh. Oh God, now they're getting attacked by knights! If these skirms kill the monks... Okay, if the skirms had killed the monks, I would have crapped myself. I was really rooting for the skirms to kill the monks after all that. That would have been one of the greatest Age of Empires 2 moments in history. That being said, this game is done. We kind of knew it was after that first big fight was lost. And now we're just waiting for Maggie Wirtz to die their inevitable death. Siskin has 69 villagers. Maggie has 54 for now. And how long will it take until Maggie dies? Is the only question.
Nice.
We're adding TCs behind this as well.
Nice.
We're not giving in. It's a tournament game. Maggie knows. Oh God, Megan knowing her own knights isn't great. And that town center is going to go down to these mango shots. I was very satisfying watching the Megan L finish that town center off for some reason. I don't know why. Yellow's added another TC to the north, but it's still leaking bills.
Look at all this damage! And we're gonna repair it using flex shots.
I don't think flex shot's going to be enough to fix this eco. We just lost access to so many farms. Is it GG yet? Mango shots. Mangoes aren't going to do great against Knights. They'll do okay against Mangoes. There it is. GG Maggie gave it their best shot, but the elo difference was a little bit too much here, I think, for this one. Siskin just played really, really solid throughout. But, I mean, Maggie made a fair shot of it. Didn't play passively. We're seeing that more and more where the lower elo opponents do not sit back. They go out and they confront their opponents. Take a quick peek. Mostly, I think people would be interested in seeing the APM here. And, yeah, that's not that far off for Maggie. If you're looking at that, you should feel a little bit encouraged, knowing that you've got something. You got enough. Look at these spikes. Let's figure out what this spike is. And we'll compare what each opponent is doing around 10.5 minutes in the game as their APM spikes. So that's when we're in feudal age, right? So the main issue here that we're looking at is what are we using our APM for versus what is our opponent using their APM for. And our opponent is using their APM to micro military and idle us. We are using our APM to try and stop our military, our idle economy. We should be using it to idle our opponent, and that's even why they have more APM to need. Like their APM requirements are higher in the first place because of that, right? Bam. All right, let's take it back to the main overlay here and see who we got up next. And it is going to be Toady versus Powered by GameSpy. What the fuck is GameSpy? Dealing with an admin issue real quick, guys. Not geese. What was GameSpy? I had a Nintendo Power. American provider of online multiplayer matchmaking middleware for video games. Oh, is that what whatchamacallit used to run on? Old school Counter-Strike? Toady versus Powered by GameSpy is next anyways. Let me get that game pulled up. There we go. Guys, you got any questions about how the tournament works? Now is the time, because we are going to be going through this Dark Age with Toady and Powered by GameSpy. Powered by GameSpy is going to be in the Southeast in blue, playing as the Vikings. Toady is going to be in the Northwest in red, playing as the Lithuanian. So a Lith versus Viking matchup on Arabia. The Lithuanian player is going to have forward berries and a rear gold to work with. Side main stone, side secondary golds are going to be to the north. And secondary stone outside of these Arabia wood lines. These are nice wood lines. 4 for red. In an easily wallable orientation. Blue has pretty solid orientation for walling as well, and maybe even a trappable wood line. We've got main gold on the front, however. Main berries at the back. Main stone at the back. Auxiliary gold is also exposed over on the left and northeast. Big ugly main hill at the front of both players' base. Didn't know these were recorded games. Got all the spoilers on Liquipedia. Well done, Gene Janissary. Well done. Yeah, don't look at the brackets. Don't look at Liquipedia if you want, unless you want to know the results. Captain of the H. Thank you very much for the sub. Guys, I got something sad to announce. Everything that all of my alerts are dead. All of them. Like they're still gonna go off, I think, probably for the rest of today, but then that'll be it. Baby time, baby. Because I've started getting nailed for them. So I don't know what to say. What happened to them? Old age? No, they're just they're getting DMCA'd. They're getting muted, and then they're getting nailed on YouTube as well for having the video content in them. So it's just over. They need to not exist anymore. No, Zizich, I updated my alerts, so they shouldn't play anymore. The video and audio shouldn't play, just the TTS. So guys can still do text-to-speech stuff. And at some point, I'll invent a new alert. Like the OnlyBans has a OnlyBans. I'll think of something, don't worry. Yeah, when I uploaded all the Twitch stuff to YouTube, it all got claimed. So while I can get away with certain stuff that I don't send to the Twitch VOD, because then I can send certain, like not send certain audio files, the alerts are kind of like... like they're alerts, so I have to, if I send them to a separate thing in the VOD, then the alerts are muted. Also, like, like the cowboys going, that gets claimed all the time. So I had to mute that in the VOD. So now if you look in the VODs, there's just a random cowboy, like, screaming for no reason. So that meme has to die? Like, you know, it's super sad. Except technically it should all be fine because it's all transformative content. Like this is a stream where you take AoE stuff and you meme on it. That's the concept of the stream. It doesn't work if you're not allowed to do that. It's and the content doesn't exist anywhere else independent of me doing that. So it's transformative content. So any legal argument you make, anyone that wanted to be like, oh, you can't legally do that, I'd be like, it's literally like what fair use is made for is this stream. Look, where else are you going to go and see Will Smith slap a town center? Tell me. Or whatever I want to make him slap live on the spot. You can't see that any other places where the chat gets to live slap things. The Oscars. You got to go to the Oscars and he only slaps Chris Rock. He doesn't slap whatever else is on screen. Stable going down here for the Lithuanian player.
In danger.
Yeah, exactly. You ain't gonna see that at the Oscars. All right. It's not even that. It's that like I don't have the resources to legally fight YouTube over a video claim, and then have a legal team that fights to take it down for me. so I can still make profit from the money from this video, because I don't even make profit from the video to begin with. So I have like a YouTube channel with 100 subscribers on it. I don't know, man, Meerkat. The truth is, this channel's not big enough to justify doing full-time anymore. Sad. It's nearing the end of its lifespan unless it grows. So I'm trying very hard to make it grow. And then it'll be like a part-time jokey thing, and I'm not going to be able to do the level of production and jokey stuff that I can do unless I'm putting in close to full-time hours on it, which I won't be able to do if I'm working fucking 35, 40 hours a week, paying to live for myself. So that's what it is. We gotta figure out how to get this channel to like 900 viewers, guys. 1,000 viewers. And then hold it there. I gotta be funnier. Did that help? I think it did. I think it helped. Man-at-Arms are attacking the scouts, or the scouts attacking the Man-at-Arms. It's hard to say. Are the ELOs correct? The ELOs have to be incorrect. Moderators, are you doing your job? No. Let me get the ELOs set. Toadie's the 2K in this one. Powered by GameSpy is the 1630. So this is powered by GameSpy, kind of pulling off some shenaniganery in Toadie's base. Except I was kind of thinking about doing that. Actually, having a stream where I just watch some of the stuff that I normally watch on YouTube, but just do it on stream so people can meme on it and make it funnier for me. And the shenaniganery is over. Did you guys know that one of my favorite words is shenaniganery? So, because you've got shenanigans, right? But then you've got shenaniganery. Which is the state of having shenanigans. Or something, I don't know. If I could spell it, I would like. Just spell shenanigans and then it add inanery at the end. Shenaniganery. And then say it 5 times fast and then post a YouTube video of you doing that. Do you have any stats on what kind of people is watching your stream, meaning age, nationality, etc.? Hey, chat, what is your age, nationality, etc.? Oh, let's find out. I'm pretty sure it's mostly people from Greece. Everybody's from Greece, right? I don't know why Greece. I just picked Greece. I have no problems with Greece. Also send bank account numbers and mother's maiden name. Yes. See, look, Origin of Chaos is from Greece. I called it. Turkey, that's basically Greece. 26 from Turkey. I actually appreciate that. Don't say that, Grath. I know. There's look. I'm from Canada. I'm allowed to say that because we're nice to everybody. Okay.
Queen.
The Greece Turkey thing is pretty awkward. Yes, I know. Exorcept. Let me tell you, I know a thing or two about awkward geopolitics suddenly coming up randomly in stream in front of 160 people. Like Istanbul is Constantinople. Now it's Istanbul, not Constantinople. That's the way it is. It is political and geopolitical. It's great. Look, you should all, if everybody played hockey, you'd get all of your, why do you think Canadians are so nice, okay? We play hockey and almost kill each other with sticks, and then we're nice the rest of the time. Everybody else needs to play hockey. There's not enough Greek and Turkey hockey players. That's the real issue. Oh my god. Oh my, I'm okay. I'm doing that. And then I'm doing this. Chat. Calm down. What have I done? Oh my god. I have to like erase this too. Right.
What the emotional damage?
Yeah, emotional damage is right. Everybody watching on YouTube, this is why you continue watching on YouTube and never come to Twitch. Titanic, yeah. Oh god. Okay, let's get some Age of Empires 2. I'm putting slow mode on instead. You guys chill. No politics, all right? Mods 100% compliance is expected, or I will start or I won't do my workout today. Gain weight because chat was mean. TC going down at the back of Toadie's base. Both players have gone ranged units here at the early parts of the game. We have, however, a cavalry transition coming in from the Lithuanian, which is not to be unexpected. Lithuanians have that crazy bonus where they get extra attack for every relic they pick up on their knights and leadus. Chad from the country Chad, making trouble again. I don't know if they have very many people named Chad in Chad.
Speaking.
I'm sticking with my standard geopolitical stance, which is that all countries should play more hockey and they would be less aggressive towards one another. This is my generic solution towards world peace. This is open? All right, chat, find the hole. God. Toadie's going to go forwards. Powered by GameSpy, looked like they were in a decent position to do some damage, but they got wiped up by the Knights and Skirms back at home from Toadie. Now we need a villager defending this. Recall last game when we had a villager come forwards and knock on the palisades. Well, why isn't that open? Oh, that was open right there. Is this open? No. One thing I like that Blue has done is added the second town center within the walls. Both players are to TC. Let's find the whole code for something sexual. No. Kill the skirms. While the knights aren't there, go out and kill the skirms. All right, no. We could use ballistics. Good job by Powered by GameSpy, who's actually 4 vills up at the moment. Third TC is going to go down from Toadie, though, who basically probably feels like they have map control, but actually doesn't. We've got a monk race, and Toadie's going to grab it. That's going to be the first relic in the bank for the Lithuanian player, who does not even have forging, so that's basically picking up free forging by grabbing that relic. He does have ballistics? Oh, he does have ballistics. Wait, what? Did that just hit while I was saying that?
Yeah.
How are the skirms? They must have happened just after that skirm fight. Well, I asked that question. Every stream has a specific audience, and by having those stats, you can target that audience to better and grow. If you work hard enough, work smarter. Pardon me. You work hard enough, work smarter.
Yeah.
Target that audience better. How would I do that? I think that this tournament does that. I think this tournament targets a wider. This is a super wide appeal tournament. It's not like a 1v1v1 tournament that features like a few good players and a bunch of fringe players. This is a pro level tournament with really solid competitive settings. We aren't even to the cool settings yet. We're in the like generic kind of just cool games part, giving a preview of what the settings might give us. The other thing that I'm trying to do with this tournament that I haven't tried to do with any of my previous tournaments is I'm trying to grow AoE in general with it as well. If more people watch AoE, then more people are more likely to watch me. So I made this tournament that has this really marketable name, I thought, so that people are gonna, what the fuck is an OnlyBans, and then click on it and be like, oh, it's a esports tournament, or like this game I used to play as a kid. That was kind of the hope with the marketing of it. So yes, please hide in there. Please hide in there. Damn it. It's gonna happen. Oh. It's gonna happen. Oh, it almost happened. It was a good shot there, though. Big mango shots, and red is gonna clean up that batch of archers. I was really hoping they were gonna hide in there and the mango was gonna get him. But well read by Toady, who cleans that up easily. Guys, you know what's crazy? Is the 1600 elo has 20 more villagers almost than the 2K at this point, and is actually going to add a 4th town center behind this. That is greedy. This 4th TC is a mistake. This archery range is a mistake. We don't have enough archers to wipe this up. Red has +2. Is grabbing those relics. Already has +2 attack from having 2 relics. So if we pick up forging, we're going to have +3. I can see why we're going archers. It's for that exact reason. Your best hope against an opponent that has lots of melee attack is to attack them before they hit you with the melee attack. I wonder if Red's going to find out about this Southern Gold. They know that it's being mined. Look at the guts from Blue to continue taking this gold. How can you be that aware of the fog of war? Or you're just waiting to be attacked, I guess. Yeah, just waiting to lose a vill and then figuring you'll pull him in. Red is going to have to take out villagers to do damage. Blue also has handcart already. Could be up to imp if they had buildings. What are we missing? We've got buildings. Why are we... There's imp in for Blue now. Red is a ways away from Blue. So what Blue needs to do is survive this push from Red, get arbs, and then maybe halbs behind that. I was going to say Blue gets free handcart. Or Blue already has handcart because they're Vikings, but I stopped talking halfway through because I saw the mangoes creeping in. Oh, if Blue gets a monk, it'd actually be huge. Yeah, Blue can snipe these mangonels way easier now. Now Blue's 2 villagers back, so Red's raids have done some damage on the right and on the left. But Blue can add those back really quick, has those 4 town centers ready to pump those vills out. Problem is Red's going to dive past the TCs now. Blue is just dying waiting for this imp click in to happen. We're going to go out and fight that mangonel with villagers. Red might actually end up not getting as much value out of those knights as they'd hoped. They have, however, taken the villager lead. Ooh, do not ungarrison. Do not ungarrison. Do not ungarrison. No! We just threw away like 10 villagers for no reason. APM's getting to be a little bit overwhelming here for blue, who's going to have imp hit any second and is not going to have resources for upgrades because we were idled for so long. We desperately need chemistry, arbs, bracer. We've got arbs and bracer coming in. What did we sold? We sold wood. Problem is now we've only got 11 archers and they're all dying. That knight is going to snipe 2 mangonels. There's nothing to defend there from red, but red is snatching up even more relics. These knights are 10 plus 3, and in a minute they're going to be 10 plus 4. And that's without forging even being in for the Lithuanian yet. Those are actually going to be like really maxed out knights. Four relics will give the Lithuanian... Actually, it's 3 relics now, right? They only get extra 3 attack. Arb's chemistry is in for powered by GameSpy. And they're going to be going forwards with a castle, and then they're going to have to push. I think this castle should be all the way forwards, actually. Yeah, I think this castle should be like here. Here. It's got to be like in the base. And the Arb's got to be pushing. I think if blue did that, this game's over. And instead what we're going to see is Toady click up to Imp. It's going to switch into Imperial Skirms and Knights. And just stomp. OnlyBans. Big Dog, what are you dropping? $6.90.
Big Dog tipped $6.90. Hi, YouTube.
Thank you very much, Big Dog. We've had a ton of awesome sponsors. We've had, I'm going to give Froman a shout out because I feel like I forgot to mention him yesterday when he dropped the $300 other than just being stunned when he donated. And I'm, of course, going to thank Big Dog again for that dono there. I wanted to shout out the $300 dono we had come in the last stream I did, though. The first time I got a dono, I was like, I'm going to remember to mention that. Thanks, Big Dog. Thank you very much. We are now at $1,546.90 for the prize pool. We are aiming long-term to get to 5K before the end of the tournament. But if we hit 2K, I'll be happy because that will push us up a tier level in the tournament rankings on Wikipedia. Do not check Wikipedia, by the way, unless you want to see the outcomes of games. Everything is spoiled there, I've been told. We've got 3 Arbs in the back of Toady's base that actually could do a lot of damage, but already on it is Toady with these elite skirms. Thank you for the follows, guys. I see them. I have alerts completely switched off for follows ever since I had Dave AoE complain about them. Dave. Toady will hit Imp in a sec. Curious to see what we're going to do behind this. Are we going to go into Cavalier at all? No, we're going full anti-skirms. Lithuanians also get tower shields, which gives their skirmishers extra pierce armor. And their pikemen extra pierce armor and melee armor. Makes their already fast and dangerous trash even more dangerous. Powered by GameSpy needs to go over here, but doesn't actually know it yet. They're going to hit this castle instead, which isn't terrible. There's a lot of extra res over on this hill. That's the main stone and a secondary gold. Not even like an auxiliary extra resource, a tertiary resource. That's the secondary gold. I think hitting this is a good choice. It's too bad we didn't hit it before tower shields started to kick in. We've got 25 skirms versus 30 arbs. And it looks like behind this, the Viking player is already prepping a swap to champs. Looks like we lost some arbs on the left here to that castle. Right side castle's trying to pick up conscription with 3 trebs hitting it. We have got some cavaliers saved up in our stables. Viking player really needs to send that infantry out now. I think Berserks might have been a bit better. I think Berserks were the play here, guys. And then you go Berserk Help, and you save upgrade. You don't even upgrade the Berserks. You upgrade to Help. And you go Arb Halb. You need something. I guess you need something to deal with. And then Arb Halb Berserk. And Berserks to deal with the skirms. So I feel like we're in the wrong army composition as powered by GameSpy, which is going to make this a little rough against the 2K player. Knight Skirm is super, super strong combination, especially for the Lithuanians. These Cavalier are 12 plus 4. We're only just now picking up Forging. If we get Forging and the next plus 2 upgrade, we're going to have so much attack on these Cavalier. Yeah, even the extra melee armor on the two-handed swordsman and getting champion, I don't think will be enough. Because the skirms will still damage the champs. What do we got here? 3 plus 4 versus 1 plus 4. So they're doing 2 damage a shot. We've got 19 skirms. So that's like roughly 40 damage. So that's like they're two-shotting two-handed swords. Are you cold? What's up with the gloves? They are compression gloves because I got some wrist soreness and hand soreness going on. Well, this needed to be 4 trebuchets, not 1, to get that castle down. That treb's... Is it not even going to be sniped? You could have sniped that treb. There it is. I don't know. Maybe the champs are going to hold up. Chieftain still hasn't hit. Once Chieftain comes in, this fight's going to improve a lot for Powered by GameSpy. And we're at 80%. Is the castle going to survive? The treb shot's in midair as Chieftain's hits. Wow, Chieftain hits just before the trebuchets come in. That makes this a way better fight for Powered by GameSpy. Who's going to clean the Cavalier up. What? Remember, these are Lithuanian Cavalier too. I wonder if Powered by GameSpy can pull us off. There is... Oh no, that's actually an outpost that's dying in the north there. Got a secondary push forming in the center. Blue's going to have to try and follow this up faster rather than slower as they've lost this castle now. Paladin will help. Thumbring will help, actually. People talk down about Thumbring for skirms, but I feel like when you get to this stage, it starts to matter quite a bit more. Paladin hits for the Lithuanian players. These are supercharged Paladin guys. 14 plus 6 attack on these suckers. But guess what? They didn't do probably as good as Tody was hoping. They are winning though. You know what? If the Viking player had Thumbring, the Vikings would win. I wonder if Vikings should get Thumbring back, guys. Tody's going to take this one, and that is a crazy comeback. Really well played by Powered by GameSpy, taking this one super late versus the 2K. And that's 2 games in a row where we had the low elo player upset last game, and then we had this game where low elo player made it real interesting. GG, well played. Let's look at the stats. Let's go right to the APM tab. The build to imp. What's the KD like? 222 to 131. Consistently better fights for Tody throughout the game. Yeah, Blue played really, really well. Made this game super interesting. That has been the consistent story of these wide elo matchups, is that we've at least gotten interesting games out of them, even though we're like, wait a minute, is it actually? And then you go, oh no. Which is better. That's a hell of a lot better than, oh yeah, this is the blowout. I think we've had 1 or 2 games that were like that only. What's up next? I don't even know what's next in the schedule here, guys. We've got Weber versus Aptenodite up next, I believe. Zerk still wreck everything though? Yeah. The elo of the upset game we had was, I believe, 2K versus a 1750 or a 1700. That was pretty good. We're gonna have Weber versus Aptenodite. I'll give you their elos right now. I'm gonna run off and go to the bathroom, so you guys are gonna have a couple minutes before we get going. But I'll give you their elos so you know what you're getting into. And if it's hype time. Let's go. We're going to change Aptenodite to red. In blue in the southwest, Weber is going to be playing as the Poles. Pardon me, Weber is going to be playing as the Mongols in blue in the southwest as Weber. In the northeast, in red, Aptenodite will be playing as the Poles. There we go. So Mongols in blue in the southwest as Weber. Aptenodite in the northeast in red as the Poles. The Polish player has a gold pile at the front of their base and a pile of berries at the front of their base, but it should be fairly wallable, all things considered. Blue, meanwhile, has a forward gold, rear berries, forward main stone, rear secondary gold, and also a fairly wallable base. Yo, Jicky, how you doing? The one and only Jicredible. Hope you've been good. We are going to look to see a few things from the Mongols. Are we going to go in lame? Mongols have a hunt bonus, so going and grabbing an opponent's forward boar often is really, really super advantageous, especially compared to other civilizations. Their scouts also have additional line of sight, which makes it super easy to do. Mongols are one of those civs you should almost never run into your opponent's town center. You have such a large line of sight. Don't think you would ever have had toilet snakes in Europe. You would be surprised.
Zeker?
See this protein bar, guys? You see this protein bar? I should not eat this protein bar. I already had one today. And I have had very little regular food for the past 4 days. Today should be a forced rate. I should have eggs and like for one meal or something. Something that is actually going to be good for me. Some large amount of protein. I have to say I'm pretty happy to never have to think about dangerous wildlife. Canada has bears. And rattlesnakes. No one tells you about the rattlesnakes because they don't think you're going to get bitten by one. But then you get bitten by one, you're like, what the fuck? There's rattlesnakes in Canada. I'm stoked that I get to wake up to you casting OnlyBans. Aww. Incredible. Do you know how nice it is for me to have just like solid AoE to cast all on Arabia? And it's all stuff that I like have to, in quotation marks, cast. Like it's stuff that needs to be casted. Just wait till we get to the main event. I'm looking forward to getting some co-casting in with my co-host Ellie4K, who's doing a ton of work behind the scenes that I like to mention every once in a while. TM Weber is a little bit of a potato underneath his own base. He has potato blood in his veins.
I have potato blood in my veins.
At least his sheep gathering abilities do. Makes me think that I could be a 1700 one day. Kappa. Vegan Mayo, Bruno Sage. They shot a bear? Why would they shoot the bear? Why wouldn't they just hug it until it was friends with everybody? Humanity needs to get better at building up. People need to make apartments better places to live is what it actually is. Apartments are fine, but make them better, more comfortable, and cheaper. Work on that worldwide. Worldwide issue in Western countries, at least I find. People don't want to live in apartments. They want to live in houses because they want to live above and underneath people in a crowded building. So make them nice. Fuck. Now what else to say? We got Weber coming in with Men-at-Arms, which is kind of a surprise from the Mongol. Is he going to click into Men-at-Arms or not, actually? Or is this just going to be Drush into Scouts? What is this build? This is a weird, freaky Drush. Both players are up under 10 minutes, though. It's weird. I don't know what this was. Maybe it was supposed to be Man-at-Arms, but then isn't. We're getting a lot of idle time. Work efficiency for Aptinidite is just dropped. Houses take more space. Space starting to be an issue. Urban sprawl, it also is really bad for urban sprawl, which is super expensive for infrastructure. You have to dig underneath the ground and then run a pipe down a street, and it'll help for service 20 homes. But if you have 3 apartment buildings instead of 4 houses, then you're servicing like 1,000 people instead of like 4 houses worth of people. So it makes infrastructure more expensive and it increases spending for cities. That's the other issue with houses. Aptinidites sense their men-at-arms forwards. We lost multiple villagers to this. EcoKD is 0-3. Aptinidite with 3 villager picks there. And 3 villager lead as a result. Both players with identical idle time. That being said, we do have an army advantage here for Weber, who's going to send a pair of archers forwards and is going to meet a single skirmisher with a reinforcing archer only just about to pop. We're up to 4 archers forwards here. We could take this skirm out and move in, maybe, with some decent micro. We definitely don't want to be tanking shots too much because the skirm gets a lot of bonus damage. You should need a license to have kids, Dr. Stinson. Just get a license. The problem is then someone has to administer it, and then it gets really creepy because then the government's in charge of who gets to have kids, and that's nobody wants that. That's bad. It's very, very bad. Also, like, just fuck off. Let people do what they want. Humanity needs to evolve technology that allows everyone to be happy. We're very close. Fusion. We're right there, guys. Fusion energy, and then every argument that everybody's having about things that are problems that becomes very fucking irrelevant if we get fusion energy working, and we're actually fucking close. I really don't understand why people aren't putting more money into that. Infinite energy, just throw shit into it. Boom, energy. It's clean, it lasts forever. Holy shit. Hyper efficient. Don't like your neighbor, try fusion energy. You'll have a floating house 600 feet in the sky whenever you want. And then it'll come back down when you're hungry. You need to go pick up McDonald's. Or whatever the fuck you're gonna eat. Fusion. I'm sure no one will do anything bad with it. We're watching Weber dance around in Aptenodite's base with their army, and we're slowly feeding skirms to them. But we're going to get some villagers sniped here in a moment. Aptenodite's apting to try and whoops. Aptenodite is apting into fighting these archers and skirmishers.
Gotowa jest.
And now they're going to apt out of it. That's bad because it's at the actually opt.
Rozkazania.
We'll take it.
Rozkazania.
That being said, we've only lost a single villager. Red's only lost one vill through all of this. We still have only lost a single villager. There's some crazy vill fighting from Aptenodite here. Great villager micro. Strode points out in chat, as he tends to point things out, with his habit of things being pointed out by him, that there's a thing to point out. And the thing that Strode's pointing out is that he needs to point something out. And that he's pointing the thing out is that Weber's missing double bed X. So thanks for pointing that out, Strode. Much appreciated. Everyone on YouTube, make sure you comment how much you like Strode down in the comments below. See, Strode, you're gonna be a YouTube celebrity. What the fuck? What's this toxicity? Hi, YouTube. Unqueue those archers and click up. You could sell. You don't even need to sell. Just literally just unqueue them. And Aptenodite isn't really close. They could sell up. Do we have a market down? We could just about throw a market. Delete this and make a market. Oh, it's a full work. I'd still delete that and make a market. Dr. Mupkoff's PA announcer voice. And don't forget to subscribe. Hit that like button. And, oh, wait, I didn't do the thing. And don't forget to subscribe. Hit that like button. And here is a video of the algorithm selected for you.
I have potato blood in my veins.
Smash! You gotta hold on. You gotta go
Smash that like button. I am YouTube Rad.
Oh God, he's turning into a YouTuber. Oh God, it's happening.
Feed me subscriptions.
Enough of that. Go away, damn you! Oh, you're going to get it now!
I wonder if I get video claim for that. We'll see.
Owszem. Do waszych usług.
Did you know 8 million innocent buttons are smashed every week? Seems incorrect. Scouts are picking away at these skirms. Weber is Castle Age, trying to go forwards with these crossbows. The scouts are in great position to pick off the skirms. That's really nice play from Weber. Reminder, both these players are around 1750 ELO. Really close game. Man, I miss getting to talk with chat like this. That's probably my favorite part about casting. Need to make casting happen more regularly. Maybe I should start going like play 2 games, cast 2 games, play 2 games, cast 2 games. And force myself to do some casting when I go back to not doing a tournament. Knights are gonna force these villagers off the gold, pushing in. And wow, we're going to pick off a few villagers from this wood line as well. Still not lights out for Aptenidite, but certainly a pretty low worker efficiency percentage here. Going to try and bang down a town center down on this stone in the back. I think the TC should have been here to protect the farms. This is looking ugly. Knights find the town center on the right side of the base. Getting worse for Aptenidite here. Villagers going to get picked off of this wood line on the front. I don't think Aptenidite meant to send them back there, honestly. We actually going to save some of those. We're going to save the vills with army. And Aptenidite is clinging to life here. Cannot take this fight. Needed to just chase those back. And should not have taken this fight. Bad call. Aptenidite calls GG. And TM Weber is going to move on in this one. GG. Well played. Fancy, huh? Fancy. Okay. Capture age. Capture age. Hold on a second. Where's capture age? Yo, Lawler the Legend slapping it. Capture age, though. Could you guys add an animation like this? Would be so nice. Instead of just this. Like, you can have this underneath the animation. But I'm telling you right now, every single person that uses this program would appreciate just a little bit of flair in this one spot. And it would be super simple to do something like this. Like, I pulled this clip art off of Google. Hire like someone off of Fiverr to throw you guys like a wooden graphic that says blank is the victor. And then replace the little text that leave everything the same, but just have it so that it imposes their name at the top, like I have it here. Would seriously be so, and you could just have it literally just sliding in like this when you click in. Would be so nice because it really just announces that there's a winner. And it's like the one thing that's missing from the casting thing. That's the one thing I wish that the casting program would have. Let's show the APM here. 66 EPM to 45 for Weber, who definitely brought that to bear. And yeah. Mongols got it done here against the Poles. I'm not sure how much either player's advantage is factored in too heavily, but it looks like the Polish player should have done something else. I don't know. Tough to say. Capture rate should make a 1 versus 1 versus 1 mode first. I need to get a hold of them like ahead of time enough to do that. How you been, Lawler? Hope you've been good. Have an explosion. Let's